Welcome back to the channel, Top Coin, where history meets hidden value. Today's video is all about a coin you've probably seen 1,000 times, maybe even passed by on the street or found at the bottom of your pocket. But what if I told you that the humble 1-cent coin from 2013, the regular old Lincoln penny, could actually be worth a lot more than just 1 cent? That's right. Some of these 2013 pennies are now being hunted down by collectors, and a few rare varieties are bringing in surprising amounts of money. So if you've got a 2013 penny, don't spend it just yet. This video will break down everything you need to know: the coin's backstory, how it came to be, what to look for, and how much it's really worth in today's market. Trust me, you do not want to miss a single second. Let's dive in. Let's go back in time just a bit. The 2013 1-cent coin, officially known as the Lincoln Shield cent, is part of a design that was first introduced in 2010. After the famous 2009 bicentennial anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint transitioned from the 4 commemorative reverse designs to a single permanent design, the Union Shield. Why the shield? The shield symbolizes Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as a single union during the Civil War. It represents strength and unity, a fitting tribute to one of America's most iconic presidents. The front of the coin, the obverse, features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner, which has been used on the penny since 1909. The reverse shows a strong horizontal shield with 13 vertical stripes and a horizontal bar across the top. In the center is the bold 1-cent denomination. It's more than just a coin. It's a piece of history in your hand. But let's move on to the part that really matters. In 2013, the U.S. Mint struck the 1-cent coin at 2 main facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. There were also special proof versions made at the San Francisco Mint. Here's how you tell them apart. Coins from Philadelphia will not have a mint mark and are just marked with the year 2013. Coins from Denver have a small d under the year. Special collector-proof coins from San Francisco will have an S mint mark and are usually shinier and more detailed. Over 3.3 billion 2013 pennies were struck in total. That's a lot of coins, but not all of them are equal in value. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most of these coins are only worth their face value, just 1 cent. But a small number have errors, rare variations, or are in pristine uncirculated or proof condition, and that's where the big money comes in. Here are some of the most valuable 2013 penny varieties you should be looking out for. Double die obverse, DDO. This is when the design is accidentally stamped twice in slightly different positions during minting. Look closely at the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you notice doubling, that's a jackpot. High-grade MS 67 and above. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by grading companies like PCGS or NGC are extremely rare in circulation. These can sell for $100, $200, or even more depending on demand and auction competition. Proof coins with deep cameo finish, the S mint proof coins, especially if graded PR70 perfect grade, are highly collectible. Some have sold for upwards of $500. Off-center strikes and die cracks. These minting errors can dramatically increase value. A 2013 penny struck 10 to 15% off-center could fetch anywhere from $50 to $150. If the coin is missing letters, has cracks, or extra metal blobs called cut errors, collectors go wild. Let's look at actual auction data. These aren't just theories. These are real coins that real collectors paid serious money for. In 2021, a 2013 D Lincoln cent graded MS68RD sold at auction for over $300. Approved 2013. S deep cameo Lincoln cent graded PR70 DCM went for $600 at a major numismatic event. An off-center error 2013 penny sold for $120 online. Even coins in average uncirculated condition, like MS65, are commonly sold for $5 to $15 each, depending on the market. So yes, that tiny copper-plated coin in your change jar could be a hidden treasure. Want to go on your own penny hunt? Here's what to do. Sort through your change. Start with loose change at home, in your car, or in coin jars. Use a magnifying glass, examine lettering, the date, and Lincoln's bust for any unusual details. Weigh the coin. A normal 2013 penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If your coin is significantly heavier or lighter, it might be an error or struck on a different planchet. Check for luster. Shiny, uncirculated coins are more valuable, consider grading. If you think you've found something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for official grading. Here's the latest market trend in 2025. The demand for error coins and high-grade modern coins is growing. More collectors are entering the hobby, especially younger generations who love hunting rare finds in everyday life. As a result, the value of coins like the 2013 Lincoln Cent, especially error varieties, is going up. eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections regularly list 2013 pennies in auctions. Prices are rising, and more buyers are competing than ever before. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, now is the perfect time to get into the game. The next $1,000 penny might be sitting in your drawer right now. So there you have it, the full story of the 2013 1-cent coin. A modern marvel hiding in plain sight. We explored its rich history, design details, mint marks, rare errors, real auction values, and how you can become a coin detective starting today. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It really helps more people discover this kind of treasure content. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you never miss a future video. We've got more amazing coin stories coming your way. And let me ask you this. Have you found a rare 2013 penny? Drop a comment below and tell us your story. We love hearing from fellow collectors. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're uncovering the hidden secrets, historical value, and surprising worth of a coin that millions of people might have in their pocket right now, the 2015 1-cent coin from the United States of America. That's right, the humble Lincoln penny. But this isn't just any penny. Some versions of this coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and we're going to tell you exactly why. Let's take it back to the roots. The Lincoln penny has a rich and iconic history that starts all the way back in 1909. That was the year it was first minted to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. Since then, the penny has gone through several design changes and material updates, but one thing has stayed consistent: its place in American culture and everyday life. Fast forward to 2015. The year was filled with technological innovation, political movements, and of course, the continued production of the Lincoln penny. But little did most people know, 2015 would be a significant year for collectors due to some special variations, mint errors, and condition-based rarities that would make this otherwise common coin a potential hidden treasure. The 2015 Lincoln penny features the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has remained mostly unchanged since its debut in 1909. You'll notice Lincoln facing to the right, a rare direction for U.S. coinage portraits. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, we have the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," right above Lincoln's head, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 2015 stamped to the right. Depending on where it was minted, you may also see a small letter just under the year, either a D for the Denver Mint or no mint mark at all, which indicates it was struck in Philadelphia. Flip it over, and on the reverse, you'll find the Union Shield design. This version replaced the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 2010. The shield contains 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 states joined together, a horizontal bar representing Congress, and across the top, the words "E pluribus unum," which means out of many, one. At the bottom, the word 1 cent boldly proclaims its denomination, and just above that, United States of America. It's simple, clean, and symbolic. Now, let's talk about what this penny is made of. Since 1982, most U.S. pennies have been made primarily of zinc, with a thin copper plating. So while it may look like a classic copper coin, the 2015 Lincoln penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Each coin weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. That's important, especially when identifying certain errors and rarities, which we'll dive into next. Here's where things get exciting. While the majority of 2015 pennies are common and worth just 1 cent, certain error coins have been discovered that are worth a lot more, and I mean a lot more. Let's talk about some of the most sought-after errors. 1. Double die obverse. DDO. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubled image. On a 2015 penny, this might show up as doubling in the date, in the word "Liberty," or in God We Trust. Depending on the severity and clarity, these errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to $300 or more. 2. Off-center strike. Coins that are struck off-center, meaning the design is not properly aligned with the coin's edges, are valuable to collectors. A 2015 penny with a 10% to 50% off-center strike could be worth between $25 and $150.30. BD error. This quirky and fun error happens when a small die crack appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like the word BIE. These coins have a cult following and can sell for around $10 to $50.40. Cap die strike. Rare but amazing, this occurs when a coin gets stuck on a die and causes a ghost-like image on the next coin struck. These errors can be worth several $100s or more. 5. Wrong planchet errors. Imagine finding a penny that was struck on a dime blank. That would be an extremely rare error, and guess what? They exist. Such coins can easily be worth over $1,000. Not all valuable 2015 pennies are error coins. Condition matters a lot. Pennies that are in mint state, graded MS 65 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch much higher prices than face value. In fact, a 2015 penny graded MS 68 RD, that's red, the highest color grade for copper coins, can sell for upwards of $500 to even $1,500 at auction. Then we have the proof coins, specially made for collectors. These come from the San Francisco Mint and carry an S mint mark. They're struck multiple times on polished blanks, resulting in that gorgeous mirror-like finish. A pristine 2015 S-proof penny can sell for $5 to $20 and higher if graded perfectly. So, what's the market saying today? Right now, 2015 pennies in circulated condition, the ones you find in pocket change, are still only worth 1 cent, unless they have a rare error or are in exceptional condition. But collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved examples, especially those with unique features. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections show recent sales of 2015 pennies fetching anywhere from $20 to over $2,000 depending on rarity and condition. For example, a 2015 D penny graded MS 69 RD recently sold for over $1,000. Imagine that, a penny worth more than $1,000. If you're sitting there wondering if you have a fortune hiding in your change jar, here's what you need to do. Grab a magnifying glass or a digital microscope. Check the date and mint mark carefully. Look for any unusual markings, doubling, or off-center strikes. Compare it to reference images online from trusted coin sites. And if it looks promising, get it graded by a professional service. You never know, you could be holding a small treasure worth hundreds or even thousands. This 2015 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but its hidden gems, rich design, fascinating history, and potential for value make it anything but boring. So don't overlook that little coin in your change. Check your pockets, search your piggy banks, and keep your eyes open. The next big find might be right under your nose. Now, before you toss that penny into a jar or drop it in a vending machine, wait. Because what I'm about to show you could change the way you look at every single coin forever. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most overlooked and underestimated coins in modern U.S. history. Yes, we're talking about the 2017 United States 1-cent coin, the humble Lincoln penny. But what if I told you that some of these coins could actually be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? What if that little copper-colored coin could be your ticket to discovering a rare and valuable collectible? Intrigued? You should be. Let's dive into the history, the hidden varieties, and the current market values of this iconic penny, and why collectors are scrambling to find the rare ones. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. That's right, it broke away from tradition by featuring President Abraham Lincoln, honoring the 100th anniversary of his birth. The original design, with wheat ears on the reverse, later evolved in 1959 into the Lincoln Memorial design, and eventually in 2010 into the Union Shield that we know today. The 2017 Lincoln cent continues that legacy. But don't be fooled by its modern appearance. Not all 2017 pennies are created equal. Some of them hide a surprising twist, minting errors, varieties, and special editions that can dramatically boost their value in today's coin market. So, what does the 2017 penny look like? On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty" to his left, and the date 2017 to his right. Some coins will have a tiny letter underneath the date, either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. And here's where it gets exciting. For the first time in history, the Philadelphia Mint added a mint mark P to the penny in 2017 to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the U.S. Mint. This had never been done before. So 2017 P pennies are historically significant simply because they mark a first in U.S. coinage history. On the reverse, we have the Union Shield, symbolizing the strength of the United States as one united nation, with 13 vertical stripes joined by a horizontal bar and the inscription E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. Now, while most of these coins were produced in the billions, what makes a few of them stand out is the errors, the condition, and the rarity of certain mint marks or variations. Let's get to the exciting part. The valuable versions of this coin. 2017 Double Die Obverse, DDO, some 2017 pennies, especially those from Philadelphia, exhibit a doubling of the letters in the word liberty or in the date itself. This mint error, called a double die obverse, occurs when the die used to stamp the coin strikes it more than once but slightly off-center. These can sell for $50 to $300 depending on how noticeable the doubling is and the condition of the coin. Off-center strike. Another valuable error is the off-center strike, where the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process. If a 2017 penny is missing part of the design and it's struck off-center by about 10 to 50%, that coin could fetch anywhere from $100 to over $500, especially if the date is still visible. Die cracks, cuds, and BIE errors. Watch out for coins that have strange raised lines or blobs. These could be die cracks or cuds caused by damage to the die. The BIE error, named after a die break that appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, is another popular collector's item. Some of these coins can range from $10 to $100 depending on the severity and location of the error. High-grade uncirculated coins, MS67 or higher, even if your 2017 penny doesn't have any errors. Its condition could make it valuable. Pennies that are in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67, MS68, or higher by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can be worth $200 to over $1,000 simply due to their pristine state and rarity at that quality level. So, what's the market saying right now in 2025? 2017. P. Lincoln Cent in MS68 Red recently sold for over $1,000 at auction. 2017. D. Double Die Obverse penny went for $350 on eBay in a bidding war among collectors. Off-center 2017 errors with 50% misstrike and a full visible date have been spotted selling between $200 and $600. Even average 2017 P coins and brilliant uncirculated rolls are selling at a premium because of their historic mint mark. The 2017 penny is still in circulation, and that means it could be in your change, in your drawer, or in a forgotten coin jar. But for collectors, the race is on to find the best examples before they vanish into private collections forever. So, how can you find one of these valuable 2017 pennies? Start checking your change carefully, especially for clear doubling. Off-center strikes or mint errors. Look for 2017 P pennies as they mark a historic first for the Philadelphia Mint. Invest in a 10x magnifying glass or a coin loop to spot details the naked eye misses. Compare your coins with pictures of known errors online and in coin grading guides. And if you think you've found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Remember, condition is key. A shiny, clean coin free from scratches or blemishes will always fetch a higher price. And if you're lucky enough to find a high-grade 2017 penny with an error, you might be holding a mini fortune in your hands. So the next time you see a penny lying on the ground, pick it up. It might be a 2017 gem worth more than you ever imagined. If you found this video helpful and fascinating, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more amazing coin stories and tips that could make you some serious money. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a tiny but mighty coin, the 2019 1-cent coin from the United States of America. Yep, the humble penny. But don't let its small size or face value fool you. Some of these coins are worth way more than just a cent. In fact, a few rare versions of the 2019 penny could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition, errors, and mintmark.so. If you've got a jar of change lying around or just want to know what to look for when checking your coins, this is the video for you. Make sure to stick around till the very end because I'll reveal the current market values, rarities, and specific features you should be looking for to see if your penny is a hidden gold mine. Let's get started. Before we zoom in on 2019, let's take a quick stroll through history. The US 1-cent coin, often called the penny, has a legacy that goes back more than 230 years. First minted in 1793, the penny has gone through several designs, compositions, and styles. From the flowing hair large cents to the iconic Indian head, and later the wheat penny, each design tells a story of its time. In 1959, to mark the 150th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the reverse of the penny was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, a design that lasted until 2008. And then came the big change. In 2009, for Lincoln's bicentennial, the Mint released 4 different reverse designs to reflect different stages of Lincoln's life, from his humble log cabin beginnings to his time as president. Starting in 2010, the penny got its current reverse design, the Union Shield. And that's the design we see on the 2019 Lincoln cent. But there's more to this story than just design. The 2019 penny features the obverse front side showing the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. That design has been in use since 1909, making it the longest-running U.S. coin design. The reverse back side shows the Union Shield, symbolizing Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as a single nation. The words E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, are inscribed above the shield. The mint mark can be found just below the date. The 3 main mint marks for the 2019 penny are P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. So far, so simple, right? But here's where things get really interesting. Not all 2019 pennies are created equal. Some carry mint errors, while others were produced under special conditions that make them rare and valuable. Let's break it down. 1. 2019. W. Lincoln cent. This is the star of the 2019 penny world. In a first ever move, the U.S. Mint released a 2019 W penny, W standing for West Point Mint. These coins weren't released directly into circulation. Instead, they were bonus coins included in special U.S. Mint sets. There are 3 types of 2019 W Lincoln cents: 2019, W Proof 2019, W Reverse Proof 2019. W uncirculated. Each one was only available in specific coin sets, and since they were produced in much smaller numbers compared to regular coins, they are incredibly sought after. If you have one of these, congratulations. You might be holding a coin worth $10 to over $100 depending on its condition and which version you have. Next up, the juicy world of error coins. These are coins that were misprinted or minted with flaws, and collectors go crazy for them. Look out for off-center strikes, double die obverse, DDO, die cracks, BA errors, a die break between the B and E in Liberty repunched mint marks. RPM, one verified 2019 penny with a major doubling in Liberty and In God We Trust, sold for over $300 on auction sites. Another with a die crack running across the shield fetched close to $150. If you spot something unusual, doubling, cracks, ghosting, or odd impressions, don't toss it. It could be valuable. Here's what you should know when figuring out how much your 2019 penny is worth. A circulated 2019 penny from Philadelphia or Denver without any errors is typically worth just 1 cent, unless it's an uncirculated condition. An uncirculated coin graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can be worth $2 to $10, depending on demand and strike quality. The 2019 S-Proof penny, especially in deep cameo DCM condition, can fetch $5 to $20 or more if slabbed and graded high. The 2019 W Reverse Proof or 2019 W Proof coins can go from $20 up to $100 or more depending on rarity and demand. High-grade error coins, especially those certified by third-party graders, can reach $100 to over $500, and in extreme rare cases, even over $1,000 if they're one-of-kind. So yes, while most 2019 pennies are only worth a cent, a select few are worth much, much more. Looking to cash in, you can sell your rare or valuable 2019 pennies at online platforms like eBay, Etsy, or heritage auctions, coin shows, and numismatic events, local coin dealers, or pawn shops. Though always check value before you go. Online coin forums and Facebook groups for collectors. Make sure you research your coin's grade and take clear, zoomed in photos, especially of any errors. The clearer the listing, the higher the interest. In the price. In short, absolutely. If you come across a 2019 penny, take a good look at it. Check the mint mark. Examine the design closely. Is it from West Point? Is it proof? Is there a weird line, doubling, or crack? Because if there is, you might be holding something worth far more than face value. And if not, well, it's still a piece of history in your hand. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting into the hobby, the 2019 1-cent coin is a perfect reminder that even the smallest things can carry the biggest surprises. Today, we dive deep into the world of pocket change and discover hidden gems that could be sitting right in your wallet. You won't believe how much money you might have without even knowing it. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever looked at a simple 2020 United States 1-cent coin, the humble penny, and wondered, could this be worth more than just 1 cent? Well, my friend, the answer might just shock you. Because today, we're talking about the 2020 Lincoln penny, a coin that may look ordinary, but under the right circumstances, it can be worth a whole lot more than you think. So buckle up, grab your coin jars, and get ready. Because we're going on a journey through the past, present, and possibly profitable future of the 2021 cent coin from the United States of America. Let's start with a little background. The 1-cent coin has been a staple of American currency since 1793. But in 1909, something very special happened. The design changed forever. That was the year the Lincoln cent was born, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. And since that day, more than 1 trillion, yes, trillion with a T, Lincoln cents have been minted. But even among trillions, there are always a few coins that stand out. The 2020 Lincoln cent is one of those coins. Now let's zoom in on the 2020 version. The front, or obverse, still features that famous right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head, the motto, "In God We Trust." To the left, the word "Liberty." And to the right, the year 2020, sometimes accompanied by a mint mark, either AD for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or no mint mark for Philadelphia as well. The back, or reverse, features the Union Shield design, introduced in 2010. This design showcases a simple but powerful shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 states and a single horizontal bar symbolizing the federal government uniting them. Across the top is the word 1 cent, and above that, the motto E Pluribus Unum. At the very top, United States of America. Sounds like a standard penny, right? But here's where things get very interesting. Most 2020 pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But there are rare variations, minting errors, and exceptional conditions that can make some of them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Point 1. Minting errors. Some 2020 Lincoln cents have errors that occurred during production. These errors can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. Here are a few to watch for. Double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice with misaligned dies. The result? Doubling of letters or numbers. A 2020 penny with a double die, especially visible on Liberty or In God We Trust, can be worth up to $300 or more depending on its condition. Off-center strike. If the coin was not properly aligned in the press, part of the design may be missing. A 2020 penny that's off-center by 50% or more can fetch between $100 and $500, especially if the date is still visible. Die cracks or cuts. These are raised lines or blobs of metal caused by damage to the minting die. A 2020 penny with a dramatic die crack or cut could easily go for $50 to $200. Transitional errors. These are extremely rare. But if a 2020 penny was accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a different metal or denomination, it could be worth thousands. Point 2. High-grade coins. Even if your penny has no error, its condition can make a big difference. Coins that are in mint state, uncirculated, no scratches, bright red color, can be worth far more to collectors. A 2020 penny graded MS67 red by PCGS or NGC can sell for $50 to $150, while MS68 or higher can go for $500 or more. Only a tiny number of coins reach that level of perfection, so they are hot items at auctions. Point 3. Proof and special strike pennies. If you got a 2020 penny from a special proof set, especially a San Francisco mint proof with an S mint mark, you might be holding something very valuable. These coins are struck with special dies and have a mirror-like finish. Some 2020 S-proof Lincoln cents in perfect PR 70 condition have sold for over $100. And if there's a rare variation or error on a proof coin, you're easily looking at $500 or more. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 2020 penny is worth money? Here's a quick checklist. Look at the date and mint mark. Is there a D, P, or S? Examine the coin under a magnifying glass or microscope. Check for doubling of letters or numbers. Look at the edges. Are they perfectly round or oddly shaped? Check for cracks, blobs, or any part of the design missing or off. Center. Is the coin super shiny, bright red, with no scratches? You might have a high-grade specimen. Pro tip: download a coin magnifying app or invest in a basic jeweler's loupe. It's totally worth it if you're serious about coin collecting. What's the current market value of the 2021 cent coin? Let's take a look at some real examples. A 2020 D penny with a double die error sold at auction $4.375. An MS68 red 2020 penny from Philadelphia sold for $750 in a major coin auction. A 2020 S-proof penny in PR70 sold $4.120. Off-center 2020 pennies with 50% misalignment have sold for $200 or more. Yes, it's absolutely possible that your 2020 penny could be worth 50 times, 100 times, or even 1,000 times its face value. Coins are like mini time machines. They carry history, mystery, and sometimes a whole lot of value. The 2021 cent coin may not seem special at first glance, but for collectors and treasure hunters, it represents an exciting opportunity. Check your pocket change, your piggy banks, your jars of coins. You never know what hidden fortune might be waiting for you. And if you do find something amazing, be sure to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. It could turn into a major payday. And remember, every valuable penny ever discovered started with someone just like you, curious, observant, and ready to learn. So don't underestimate that little copper-colored coin. It might just change your life. If you found this video helpful or interesting, smash that like button and subscribe for more coin discoveries, rare currency finds, and valuable collector tips. Drop a comment below. Have you found a rare 2020 penny? Or maybe another coin that turned out to be worth a small fortune? We want to hear your story. Thanks for watching, happy collecting, and as always, keep your eyes on your change.